Hello and welcome to Sci Fi Drawing 101, Week 4, with your lead instructor, Derek T. Stevens.
And my handle the man with the plan, the men, the Mr. Legion, Ponyboy Nelson here. How you doing, Mr. Nelson?
I'm doing all right.
I know we can't take a lot of time, but you went to a convention and it was bust. And I feel really bad for you. I'm sorry, but I've seen some really cool pictures of Q, Mr. John
Yep.
Delancey himself with you. You're drinking with some of the people there. I'm proud of you, man. Well done.
Oh, yeah, despite the fact that it crashed and burned, it was still lots of fun.
Cool. It's what you got to do, man. You go to conventions because you never know what's going to happen. I was at a Batman the Gathering convention, 25 years of Batman. Frank Gorshin came out. I actually got to be one of the guests on the panels as an artist. So I was sitting next to Adam, Batman West himself. But Frank Gorshin will not get out of the limousine unless they paid him cash money. And after your convention, hearing how it crashed and burned and no one got paid, that actually makes sense now.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, so,
Let's do this.
homework time?
Homework time. Spot Blacks was the assignment to make a very cool robot, but not a humanoid robot. I needed to see some mechanical parts. Again, the spot black is where you get a strong silhouette. And then from that, you add tones and values to it. It's a very very forgiving style that's easy and very, very fast for production value. So whose homework we got right here, sir?
We are looking at Warhammers.
Warhammer. You know, I got some Warhammer stuff later on tonight we're going to talk about and possibly do as well, so that's kind of a good segue. But I like what's going on. I like to see the undercarriage in the chest. I can definitely tell there's some wires and stuff going on. I like the glint of light, and I like his little lightsaber-looking thing. Very cool. Well done.
Alrighty, next up we have, this is,
Filet mignon.
Flamingeese? I'm sorry, I butchered your name, but yeah, sorry.
Well, let's dissect this. I really love the strong black silhouette that you got going on here. And I seen you made some changes from the silhouette to the line drawing. I wish you would have stuck more with the solid black. I like the elongated head, very alien, almost dog-like. The line work is good. I like the silhouette better, but well done. You're getting the idea. This is a strong silhouette, man. Really, really well done on that silhouette.
Alrighty, next up we have Beta Zero. Let me go ahead and extract this guy.
I am Beta Zero.
And I believe this is Beta Zero's.
Nice. Now that's what I'm talking about. I like that. That is I like all the little wires. I love the hands. I love the different lengths of the arms. I like the red eye. Again, very strong silhouette. And he's got a little pet that's going on. I love the background. I'm glad that it is grounded. I'm not saying he because that would sound sexist. It is grounded. Well done. I would have liked to seen some more values in the highlights because right now all you have on very strong silhouette is color. And that's good. But what's really nice about this compared to line drawing takes a lot longer because you can't leave anything to the imagination. Every line has to go someplace. With the spot black, with this particular style that I'm showing and trying to teach and trying to master myself as well, you can do indicators where there's folds in the shirt because the way the light bounces off, the human eye can read that. So you don't have to have every line pop out. Again, we're talking and working on speed. So that's kind of the difference between the spot black silhouette things that we're doing right now compared to line drawing. Is every line drawing, every line's going to go someplace, and then you need to do line with variation. Otherwise, it's a boring read, and it has the same value. So again, with this spot black, lights bouncing off and on your whole rendering, and you're just painting indicators. That's what I wish I would have seen in this, but very good attempt. Next victim.
Next up, we got Miguel, aka Angel 56.
Bonjour, Angel. I like it. I'm seeing some spot. It's a pretty good silhouette. And again, nothing wrong with it because, this is a new style to a lot of us, myself including. I see a black silhouette, yellow, blue, and red. There's some gray tones, some tonality to it, but I would like to see some more, I guess, a better read where there's nooks and crannies. There's not really folds in the machine, but where gears are at, the way the armor may or may not lay upon it. But a good first attempt.
Alrighty, next up we got Cycling, aka Jane.
Sad. Not bad. I'm going to do it again. Maybe it's my fault. A good, strong black silhouette. I like it. I like it's alien. But from the black all the way to the coloring there, it looked like you just. And it's a pretty good rendering, and there's nice colors to it. I can see some highlights on the legs and the arms. And we're actually going to talk about cylinders tonight whenever we start talking about drawing spaceships. And that's how we're going to use for highlights, picturing a cylinder in our head. But it basically went from spot black to color. And again, nothing wrong with it. But I would prefer to see more tonalities, some more grays instead of this stark, bleak colors. But good attempt, and I like what you got done.
Alrighty, next up we have two submissions from Ray Lewis, and this is the first one.
Nice. Okay.
Looks like it's actually a render, just for fun.
Oh,
From
okay.
Blender. And then here's the second one. This is drawn.
Okay. Again, very nice black silhouette. And I can see some on the leg and a little bit on the shoulders area where the trapezius muscles would be if you're human. I can see some gray tonality there. But I'm just seeing black, red, and blue. It's a good, I like the composition. I love the sunspot up there. It looks very Asian-esque, very kind of like Ultraman sort of thing. Good first attempt.
All right, next up we got Rafi.
Rafi! There we go. This is a little more I'm looking for. All right. He's got a solid black mass, obviously, and he's coming from melting out of shadows. And he put a lot of detail in here, but they're not solid straight lines. Like in the bottom part of his abdomen, you can see some tonality, you can see some grays. And my eye reads that. I can tell that's armor plating without putting all that detail into it. I can see some highlights on the arms. And if you look at the fingers, especially, okay, if you're looking at your screen, it's his right hand. It's actually his left hand, but the screen's right hand, his fingers. See how the highlights are there? Not a lot of detail, but it's a great read. You don't have to put a lot of detail. It's more painterly. When we get to that level, all of us, myself including, it's great for production values. I like that. So far, it's the best. Well done.
Alrighty, next up we got Sydney Nichol.
Sydney. Well, I'm liking it. I can't tell the entire read. It could be because of my screen. Oh, it was my screen. I had to tilt my screen. Sorry, Sid, I'm a dork. Sid, this is well done. This is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. I can tell that is a solid kick-ass mech. All right. It's a great read. You can tell dimension to it. Look at the shoulders. It's a solid black with very little grays into it. So I'm using my imagination. I can tell it's some sort of weapon mechanism. Maybe it shoots missiles out. I love the face. And again, we really want to focus on faces, even if it's a robot, because that's usually the focal point. The arms, great highlights. I love the knees, and I love the legs. Very good read by far. This is exactly what I'm looking for. If you look at the character's right leg, it actually be his left in the back. See how she put little bitty highlights in the back from another lighting source? That is what I'm talking about. Sid, I'm very proud of you. And you're the best, Curtis, because you're the nicest to me. Everyone else sucks butt. Edit that out, Nelson. Okay, we
All
don't
right,
need to go
alrighty.
there. I'm teasing. I love them all.
Alrighty, we got a Moonchild 86. They brought in three, one with no filter, and then one with dark strokes, and then one with night vision.
I like that night vision. That is really well put together. The night vision's got it going on. I would have liked to seen again. This is solid black with highlights. It's a good read. It's very. I like the style. It's very cute. Except apparently there's blood or something going on. He's not a very nice robot. Bad robot. But well done. Composition is great. Well done.
Alrighty, next up we got SJC2112. They did the same thing. Here is the no filter. And then
Okay.
we have a heavy metal, a grain, and dark strokes.
I like the dark strokes. That's more of what I'm wanting, or I was hoping to go for. Again, I can tell there's colors in there. That's great. But look at those highlights on his right side to be his left side. It is a very solid read. It looks three-dimensional. I love his feet. The background's a bit distracting like this, but it could be. It works. It's sci-fi. I love the dark strokes. Well done. I think that's Steve's, isn't it?
Uh, Whoever SJC2112 is.
Really nice. Well done.
Yeah, it's Steve. Alrighty, I think that's all of the submissions. Let me refresh, and nobody snuck in at the last minute. So, alrighty, you ready to go ahead and jump over to your screen, or do you have anything?
Roger that. No, I'm good. Well, okay. Let me say this because we've been talking about everyone listening to me live right now. That's awesome. And, we're going through that because I'm going through this. I really ask people who are listening to this, not live, but, like listening to it later on. It really is nice to look at other people's work. Don't compare yourself to them, but listen to the tips and what Nelson and I are talking about because there's some gold nuggets in here and you might learn something. And you're learning all these people's names on 3D Buzz. If you have any questions now I did that, you can PM them. And it's great to have a networking system and kind of like a drawing buddy. Hey, I'm working on this. I'm having trouble with X, Y, and Z. What are you doing? So I really, really strongly suggest that you listen to all this sorts of goings on. And who knows, we might give away $1 million someday, and you'll miss out on it. Probably not.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I might give away 1 million Derek bucks.
Okay.
It takes $1 trillion to make a penny. All right.
Well, that actually, while we're switching over your screen, that reminds me of a story. Some people who went to the convention paid extra to get these the special currency just for the convention to pay for vendors and stuff. Yeah, the vendors who accepted that currency never got refunded for their money.
Wow,
Yeah.
that really blows. I have pony dollars.
Yeah, it was a horrible idea in the first place, but they failed miserably at even a horrible idea. But anyway, all right, so what do we got going on here?
All right, I was working on some spot blacks myself, and I came up with this. This was a Photoshop exercise, but she started out with all blacks. And this is kind of what I was talking about. See the black face, black eyes, and then I came in, did highlights and fire stuff, yada, yada, yada. That was kind of like my own personal homework. We're talking later on, we're going to be doing some helmets, very rudimentary helmets. I'm going to show you a really cool system, how to flip sides. You're going to be working one side of the helmet, flip it over to make things full symmetry. But however, it's time for a 5-minute warm-up exercise. So I'm going to do 300 DPI. I'll do 20 by 20. There I am. And of course, I'm going to go for my blue to start out with. B for brush. I need to make my brush size a bit bigger. That's good. My opacity down a little bit in the 40 range. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, so the 5-minute exercise tonight. It is important to warm up and loosen up your muscles, get your brain working with your fingers working with your brain. And today, let's do a cute little cartoon alien just to warm up with, all right? And then we're going to jump right into a cylinder. Looking at a cylinder, what does it have to do with spaceships? You're going to find out. Then right after that, we're going to do a draw along, follow along, making a spaceship. Roger that?
Sounds good.
All right, so I wasted enough time trying to get people to think of a cartoony alien. All right, so what we'll do is you don't have to, by any means, use your imagination. It does not have to look like mine. Because I'm going to go fast, and it may suck. Who knows? Just throwing out some ideas, and then we'll take a couple screens volunteers, and we will jump in to the art lesson. Is that cool with you?
Sounds like a plan.
Roger that. Oh, let me get this out of the way here. Get out of my way. There we go. All right, here we go. Start the clock whenever you want to, Mr. Nelson.
How about right now?
All right. Let's see. I'm going to do this thing right here. And it's good to warm up because I've been drawing pencil and paper the last couple of days. I need to get used to the tablet yet again. We are from Mars. We have your children. Obviously, the poor guy could not afford braces. Again, we're going for something kind of cartoony, something cute, something quick, something easy. Doesn't have to have a lot of thought into it. And again, my little circles here, this is what I'm going to make my hands out of. My little thumb here. My creepy fingers. I'm going to pick your nose. You weren't here, Nelson, when I was talking about working from home a lot, but I've been watching a lot of Ancient Aliens.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, man. Did you know that the Black Plague was started by aliens?
No, I think they skipped over that part in my world history class.
Well, they suck because they should have, told you about the whole alien thing. I don't want to do that. How much time we got?
We got about 3 minutes.
Plenty of time to make him look pretty. I want to probe you. No, I don't want to be probed. Why do aliens always have to be green? You ever think about that?
Yeah, there's also those gray guys.
Oh, yeah, the grays. I hate those guys. I mean, I shouldn't be a hater, but never mind.
You xenicist.
I can't help it, man. I don't want to be probed. It happens. Roswell, that's all I've got to say. Do, do, do. You know, my glasses I have on right now because my eyes are tired. I have a clothespin. Not a clothespin, that would be really big glasses. I have a, I guess like a safety pin in them, holding them in place on one side. My father-in-law was like, "You really need to fix that." I'm like, "Well, the ironic thing is, they're my glasses, right? So in order to fix my glasses, I would actually need another pair of glasses on because without my glasses, I'm not able to see where that little damn hole's at."
All right, you got about a minute left, or almost a little bit less than a minute.
No problem. I'm feeling like I'm getting warmed up here. Things are hand-eye coordination. It's all good. Hey, Nelson.
Hmm.
I'm gonna draw your anus right here.
It's like I'm back in 5th grade.
I know, right? That's not Uranus, that's Uranus. I prefer Uranus because it's funny.
All right, time's about up. Alrighty, time's about up. Sorry, I muted myself instead of unmuting myself.
No, that's all right. It's quite all right. So, hey, it's good hand-eye coordination sort of thing. I got my little green one-eyed alien and Nelson's Uranus up there on the top left-hand corner, right-hand corner if you're looking at it. And that was good. I needed that warm-up again. I've been drawing on paper for the last 3 or 4 days. I've neglected my tablet skills. I prefer drawing on if I'm doing comic book work. I want it on paper. All right, so time's up, ladies and gents. If you want to volunteer so we can look at your stuff, make fun of you, laugh with you, and laugh at you, or say kudos, good job, and you can earn 2 million Derek bucks right now.
Alrighty, so go ahead. Because we haven't done this yet today, you can go ahead and raise your hand and we'll jump onto your screen. Alright, we have a Sid.
Let's see what Sid's got. That's cute. You definitely are intrigued and have a strong manga type sort of thing. You got some highlights going in there in the eyes and even on the painting.
Sorry, Dad's mad at me for doing that in 5 minutes.
Your dad can get over it.
Everyone's yelling at me.
Well, they're just jealous. Just tell them this too darn bad. Speed is the name of the game when it comes to art. Girl, what is your plans in life? Are you going to be doing some artwork?
I want to be a photographer, actually.
You need to talk to Buzz about that. I don't know. Don't know nothing about birthing no baby, and don't know nothing about birthing no photography student. But you have a good eye for composition. That will definitely help you out in photography. You keep this up. Well done.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, I do not hate Valentine's Day. Thank you. I love it. I just need to throw that in there because I was not there to defend myself when you said I hated it.
Well, okay. She said she hated it. That's all I had to say.
I did not.
Facebook, we can look at records, but I'm glad you don't hate Valentine's Day. Until your dad to get over his fine self. But I'm anxious to see what he's got. He's probably working feverishly, like I gotta beat her, He's tell him to put his damn pen down, right? Put it down, Steve.
I can't see what he's doing. I'm in a different room.
That's probably a good thing. All right, well done. I'm proud of you, girl.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
Alrighty, next up, I can't, I'm not even going to try. I forgot.
Man, she got some mad skills, dude.
Hey there.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, it's okay. It's kind of cold in Berlin. I had to go walk my dog. And like you can see, I had some hours to spend. So I blew all my good ideas for the 5-minute warm-up already.
Well, you warmed up. I love that, the tiger checker. And it looks like you drew the chupacabra.
Yeah, kind of. Didn't even think about that.
So we have the chupacabra around here in North Carolina, so you got to be careful when you go outside at night, because it can get you. I've seen it.
Isn't it just in Mexico?
I think he's migrated. We let a lot of immigrants go here recently in the States, and I think he came to our town. But okay, here we go. Art-wise, I love your line. Very good use of colors. I like the background. The background's so simplistic and easy, but makes everything else pop out. I love your little mailman or mail person, whatever that little entity is. Poor guy needs a smaller bag to carry because his little wings looks like he's just struggling. You have good sense of form. It's well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Quite welcome, and stay warm. It's cold here too and snowing.
Actually, it was kind of warm the whole day, and it took me by surprise when I got out, and it was kind of really freezing. So I'm kind of still clutching my teeth and warming up.
Definitely get a blanket on or something, or a space heater. Just don't catch yourself on fire, okay?
Okay.
Because you know what I say. Show a man how to make a fire, start a fire for a man, and it keeps him warm until the fire goes out. But put a man on fire, he's warm for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one way to look at it.
It brings some truth to it.
Amen. And then that's always an option too, to drink the truth into it. Do svidaniya, tovarish.
Wrong language, but still.
Sorry. Mira beer. Okay. You be good, girl. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, next up,
good.
We got a Chelsea Curtis.
Yay.
Ooh, I will be right back.
Oh, there's my mic.
Really gonna leave me alone with Chelsea? Thank you, Nelson.
Yep. Tough luck.
What's up, girl? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Caught a cold, but
I'm sorry. Stop licking fountain drink things. Water fountains. Don't do that.
yeah, because I do that.
That's what I heard. That's what your dad said. Let's talk about your drawing real quick. So are you and Sid in the same room? Because I see something somewhat reminiscent.
No.
No, that's crazy, but you are siblings. You're not twins, but you might have that psychic link going on. I love the composition. I love how you threw dimension into it. I can see some highlights going on. He or she is a cute little alien. I like the little antenna. The only thing that is missing, I can't see the other ear.
Yeah, so I know.
I'm going to bust your chops on that.
I had 5 minutes. I forgot it.
I just drew a simple alien. Your guys is a lot more awesome than mine. So is your dad yelling at you too?
I don't have anything to talk to my dad.
Oh, you're not in the same house. My bad.
Ooh.
Well, Steve, she's probably kicking your butt too. So, wait, I can hear him yelling. So what do you think, since it's just you and I right now, what do you think about the spot black homework?
I hate it.
That you didn't turn in. Why do you hate it?
I can't figure out what I'm doing after I get a silhouette.
Okay. We'll work on that. We'll both figure it out. It's very quick.
I could show you real quick. I've got it on the computer, but I don't know if you want to do that.
Well, is it PG-13?
Yeah.
Well, if you feel comfortable with it, yeah, show me. Show me the silhouette since you're here.
Oh, there it is. I want to open... Cancel. Shit. I think I just overwrote it.
Dork.
I did. Never mind.
Well, like you really got it done in the first. No, I'm teasing. I think I seen it. And all right, don't hang yourself or anything like that. Okay.
I'm not.
See if you can like get it back. But keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. And we'll all make fun of your dad later. Okay. See, my plan is to turn his kids, make fun of him, so they lay off me.
Yeah, good luck.
I know. Freak. One day I'm going to see your dad, and he and I are going to drink an adult beverage, and then we're going to talk about all the silly crap things you guys done. That's my plan. So keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. And
Okay.
that pains me to say. You know that, right? Really does.
Really?
It does. Hurts. I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit, but
it shouldn't.
I'll get over it. You be a good girl. Next victim.
Alrighty, we got a Steve Curtis. Or maybe a Tyler Curtis, because there's two of them. I don't know which one this is.
I like it.
In my defense, right when you were saying put down your pen, I was rebooting Photoshop because it crashed.
I'll believe it. The dog ate my homework.
Hey, you got a drawing.
I did get a drawing. And is there any fruit around where you eat, like a pear or an apple? I've got an idea. And I'll put an eyeball and lips on and feet. No, I like it. It's cute. It's
I will say the color palette might be a little reminiscent of my office wall.
Gotcha. At least you have an office. I have to draw on the kitchen table. But, yeah. We won't even.
I don't have a kitchen table.
Okay, fair enough. But it's cute. Again, it's a 5-minute warm-up. It's nice, and we can't all be Sid and the other person who me.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I know, right? Doesn't she make me wonder? Anyway, she's doing great. Well done, dude. And I did see your 3D model today. It no longer looks like a big turd. It actually looks like some rock. So you keep it up. I'm proud of you, dude.
That's where I'm at. Someday I'll also be able to draw.
You're doing a good job. Seriously, man. You got a lot of talent there.
Yeah, it's all in the other room right now laughing at me.
Doesn't that make you feel good?
Yeah, it does wonders for me.
I know. At least you have hair. All right, next. That's all I got to say. All I got to say.
Alrighty, we got a Jane.
Sid says, rock on, Nelson.
No, that was Steve.
Oh, Steve? I'm confused. Okay. Jane, how you doing?
Good. And you?
I am well. A little cold, but I'm making it. Look, your 5-minute drawing. You got some shadows thrown in there, some highlights in there. Well done for a 5-minute.
Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Oh, okay. Yep. I had a weird message pop up.
I seen that.
I never
Nelson,
had that
stop messing with
before.
your computer.
Huh.
Nelson did it. Well
Okay.
done. For a 5-minute drawing, well done. Keep it up. You've come a long way, girl.
Thanks.
You're quite welcome. And you're nice to me, too. And I appreciate that. You get 1 million Derek bucks right now. It's in your account.
I guess that's not much.
It takes $1 trillion to make a penny, but you're well on your way.
Alrighty, we have Steve Curtis, number 2.
He is a number 2, that's for darn sure. Wow, I've done number 2 and your anus jokes tonight. Uranus. That's not bad for a 5-minute drawing, dude. Don't be sorry about anything. It's a 5-minute drawing. You got a form there. Well done. He looks sad and he's blue, so that's a little bad. But you got an alien. I'm proud of you. Tell your dad to get you Photoshop so you don't have to do painter stuff. Is this painter? No, I've seen this before. Is this painter, Nelson?
This is Sketchbook Pro.
Okay, so that's a good program. Like I've seen that before. All right, you keep it up, man. And don't let your sisters bully you around.
Alrighty, we got a Bastion.
Bastion. You're awesome. All you got to say. I like the eyes that usually, because we talk about symmetry all the time. Eyes, we want symmetry. I like this guy. The eyes don't quite match. One eyelid's down. I don't know if he's drunk, stoned, or just feeling good being an alien. But it's cute, well done, good style, and it's unique. And definitely always want to be unique. Homework. I like it. Again, you dropped a lot of color on there. Nothing wrong with that. I love your spot black. That's a really strong silhouette. Good coloring. Not exactly what we were going for, but I'm proud of you. That's good. Keep it up. Homework.
Alrighty, we got a Leonard.
Leonard. Leonard, look at that.
He's a weird purple alien.
He's kind of like, kind of makes me think of a free hippie love alien. Like, I'm singing a song. Simon and Garfunkel, bring him back, I say.
Yeah.
I like it. Again, with aliens, we don't have to really worry about form because they're aliens. I like the flowiness to it. Well done. And he's grounded. You got some shadow underneath its feet.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed about that hot chick was her eye. Never mind. And I like the little tentacle things. And that's all I'm going to say on that. PG-13.
She can wrap you up, yeah.
Yes, she could. Well done, sir.
Alrighty, next up we got a Raphael.
Rafi. That's cool. An arachnid sort of doodad. Because, I've been playing the aliens game, and ready to turn it in. And those little face hugger things freaked me to death. Hate spiders, too. Arachnids are scary.
Well, here it is.
Well done. For 5 minutes. You have some nice, clean, solid lines. And that's good. And I love the little decoration that you put on its bottom side. Its thorax. I don't know what the scientific name is. It's butt. The upper part of the butt. Well done. I like that.
Well, thank you.
Quite welcome. Quite welcome indeed. All right, next victim.
I think that's it. I don't see any more hands up.
All right.
But we did get a question in from Wolf Knightley earlier. So let me go ahead and switch over to your screen, and I'll read that to you.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so the question is, I just want to let Derek know that I plan on doing all the homework when I can. My dog was injured, and so I'm having to spend a lot of time taking care of her and just spending time with her, so I'll not be participating tonight and may have to leave at any time.
Okay.
And then I have a question about last week's class. What happened to make Derek have to flatten the image before he wanted to flatten it when he was making his robot? I did not get all of that.
I wish I could remember. Honestly, I don't. I'll have to go back and review the tape. I really don't remember what I did. I have a hard time knowing what shoes I have on right now because I'm not looking at them because they're underneath the table. I'm sorry. I will think about it, Mr. Wolf Knightley, and try to figure it out for you. How's that? It's the best I can do. Sorry. Does that make sense?
I suppose so.
All right. I wish I had like a photographic memory. Unfortunately, mine's just photogenic. I get it? Photogenic. Yeah, never mind. It's all good. All right, what I did was I have a 300 DPI image, 20 by 40, so it is long or wider than it is high. You don't always have to work at this scale. Again, though, talking about production value, anything printable, you need at least 300 DPI in a TIFF format. This is a JPEG, doesn't matter because it's just on the screen. But I want 300 DPI so I have better grasp whenever I run my Wacom tablet. It makes a nice solid line like such. And then I work big so I can always shrink it down because when you shrink stuff down, it makes it tighter. Henceforth, the comic book pages are like 14 inches by 11 inches. You work big, you ink it all up, you shrink it down to a normal book size, and wow, things start to pop. All right, so again, I'll show you my image size so you lot can do this as well. If you're following along, and I do suggest this is the follow along sort of portion of what we're going to be doing today. 40 width, 20 height, 300 DPI. If you notice, I've created a different layer. I'm on layer 1. I'm going to write base. And we're getting down and dirty making some spaceships. Now, there's several different ways. We've not really done any perspective in class. And to be honest, it's hard for me to do perspective correctly on a Wacom tablet. I'm the old school guy for 1, 2, 3-point perspective. I get my rulers out and tape stuff together. So what we're going to do is just make a nice side view of a ship. And I think that'll be kind of right on for tonight. We're going to do kind of like, I guess, a fighter class for 1 or 2 people. And actually, let me regress. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about a cylinder. Okay, I'm just going to draw a little circle like this. Like so. There's my cylinder. Make another layer, and we're going to get rid of all this here in a minute. But a cylinder. Make my brush stroke a little bit bigger. My opacity down to, say, about 52. All right, for a cylinder, if you're thinking about how we're going to color stuff here in a little bit, we're just going to use 3 different colors tonight, different grays to drive form home. For a cylinder for highlights, what we're going to do is at the top it's going to be darker, and the bottom it's going to be darker. This area through here, all I do is I hit my color palette here, and I'm actually going towards where the white is to make it a little bit lighter. And I can come up through here like this, and color it in as so. This is very rudimentary, but this is what we're going to talk about, cylinders for highlights, or the way we're going to do our ship, because we're building this off of simple shapes. So we're going to think of the entire ship as being a cylinder. Does that make sense, Nelson? Well, yes, it does, Derek. Is anybody there? Well, I'm going to keep moving on, hoping that I'm still being recorded and I'm still on track for everything. Kind of scary. All right, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to make my brush stroke, get my brush out, and I'm actually going to make a cylinder. I'm going to hit Shift, bring it like so. No, I'm not up here, I'm not down here. Here, nice cylinder or line. Bring this down here like so. And then I'm going to connect it like this. So we have a big rectangle. Let you guys catch up. I'm typing to Nelson. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can.
Oh, I was like, oh, crap, man. I thought my internet went down or something crazy like that. Okay, you're still there. That's good. All right, so we got a little rectangle thing going on. What I'm going to do here, a quarter of a way up, a quarter of a way through, I'm going to come up like so, like this, and make another little cylinder like that. And it's cool. I'm drawing through stuff. That's all right. And from here, a little stroke up like this. So we have this big cylinder, or a rectangle, another little rectangle. Taking this here. Then I'll bring it back like this. So ideally when I'm going to draw, this is going to be like a big thruster engine and the body of it. And up through here is going to be the cockpit for, I guess, your fighter pilot, what have you. And we're going to come up through here like this. And we'll connect it. So, I don't like that line. Tell you what we're going to do. We'll come up here like this. And come back up here like that. Bring it down here like this and make kind of a point where a gun or some sort of laser, weapon could be. Now you can see these little lines, these little indentions, I guess you could say. And it's kind of going along with the spot black idea, because all these are indicators right now. We're building our base, layer 1 base. And what we're going to do is after we get the basic shapes done, we can come back in here and start adding some detail. Roger that? Roger that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you're using tracing paper or paper, then you use tracing paper. Or if you're using Photoshop, what I'm going to do right now is I like that, but I'm actually going to shrink it down. I'm going to hit the Select All tool right through here. And I'm going to hit Control T. And I'm going to bring this back about like that. Because my idea, enter. Okay, there we go. Is I'm going to bring a wing along this area right through here, the big blaster sort of thing. Make it elongated. That's my idea. There's my brush. All right, so we got kind of like a back thruster engine, the body shapes going on through here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up a little bit past this area right through here. Bring it down like this. Going to come at an angle. Here. Get another angle. Let's bring it straight like that. So I'm going to slow down now so everyone can catch up. Again, there's no right or wrong. These are just, this is building the base, the frame. When you guys are caught up, let Nelson know by like a show of hands.
Yep, go ahead and hit participate if you guys are participating. And then hit ready if you guys are ready. 1 more minute if you guys need more time.
And I know we've been going for about an hour, but we're going to push through and we're going to base built before we take a break. Is that cool with you, Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, sounds good. All right, I'm not seeing any more 1 more minutes, so I think that's good.
All right. So what I'm going to do here to give the illusion that's coming through here, I'm going to take this corner right here where it will connect, and I'm going to bring it down like this. Another small indentation. Bring it down even more. Another small indentation. Then I'm going to start bringing it straight through like this. And again, it's kind of the shape that I want, but not necessarily the size. So I'm using my select tool, Control T, and I'll bring this back like that here, Control D, my eraser tool. And then I will connect it yet again. Because what we're going to do is we have a gun up here, our wing, our main thruster engine sort of thing, a big sort of pulse cannon, and bring it right to the edge of the screen, like this. All right, so we have the basic idea where we want is where the cockpit, I can't say it, where the pilot is going to be at. Some big sort of thruster engine. And what I want to do is, because it's so elongated, I want to put some weight up through here. So right up here, draw another line, connect it like so. Let's put a couple little lines up here that can hold a fin. Like this. That could work. And we have our basic shape that we're going to start building on. And this is subject to change, so just be ready for that. But we can tell this is where the pilots are going to be. Yay, I'm a pilot. I'm going to fly all the way around in space. We got a weapon here. And we have some sort of big pulse weapon here. Body, one of the engines through here, and that little fin. Actually, I don't really like the fin. Sorry. Erase this bad boy. People are like, God, Derek, stop doing that. I was almost done. And what we'll do here is we'll just bring it up like this. And let's give it another engine through here. There we go. I kind of like that. More slick. All right, so I'm happy with this basic shape. And when we come back from our break, we're going to do another pass for more detail. And then we'll start throwing in, I guess, panels where, you know, an engineer might come and say, oh, your conductor such and such thingamabob is broke, and I need to open this and do this and that. And we'll start giving rhyme to reason, if that makes sense. But is everybody comfortable where we got a base figure at least?
Yeah, or if there's any questions, go ahead and post them now. Otherwise, I think it's time to go on break, if that's okay with Derek.
That sounds great. We'll do 10, we come back, and we will go full head on this. Cool?
Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I hope you had a good drink, a restroom break, what have you. Phone calls, emails, had to change your kid, whatever you had to do. It was a good point to stop. What we're doing here is Spaceship Drawings. And as I talked about before, we talked about perspectives. The way I use perspectives is old-fashioned way. I get rulers out and use 2-point, 3-point, 1-point perspective, what have you. And it's complicated to do via Photoshop. So what I wanted to do was we'll make almost in essence a good silhouette. Man, we could throw this out quick in a spot black. But I want to do some line work today because, you know, it's good to be well-rounded. So we're doing what in essence is part of an orthographic view. It's just a side view of the spaceship. And down here during break, I drew my little pilot guy like, I can't wait to climb in this thing. It's built in Detroit. Anyway, with that said, what we're going to do is we're going to make another layer here. And I'm going to, let's see, I got a strong blue. Actually, I'm just making it a little bit darker. Let's just go for almost the full black right now. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tracing a little bit over my overlay here. And I'm going to bring my brush stroke down, not this big, not this monstrous looking thing. Start making things tight. So what I'm going to do is, again, coming from here, nice straight line. Make sure I'm on my layer 1. We're going to call this second pass. Tell you what, to make things less confusing, I'm going back to base, and I'll fade this out even more so the top layer will be able to pop. So what I'm going to do is follow my lines through here. From here, shift. I'm hitting shift control to make these nice straight lines. Coming through like this. So not to be confused, I take my base layer off, and this is what we've drawn. Base layer back on, so we can kind of have well, that's what it is. It's a base layer. So again, this is some sort of part of the body of the ship. And what we're going to do is, what I want to do is kind of blend this in more to this area here. So I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to bring it down to this level here. So now it can kind of appear that this weapon is jetting out of this. I'll bring this here like this. And again, take my base layer off. This is what we have. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to catch up on this. All right, we have this cylinder. We have this area right through here where this weapon is going to be jetting out of. So I'm going to take right with this line here. Bring this up here like this. Start following my areas up through here. And all I'm doing is not exactly with the base layer, but remember I did say it was subject to change. So we have this cylinder here, and we've got this idea where this weapon is going to be right here. And the base layer is back on. What I'm going to do is this area right where it comes down like this, I'm going to start here. And so it's not such a rough, harsh area from right here. I'm going to bring it out like this. And instead of being concaved like this, like is my base layer, I'm going to draw a nice straight line down, up, just follow this through like this, and this area right through here will make it kind of like a double cannon. I did this on purpose. We have one longer than the other one, okay? Again, if it was a silhouette, it would be a little dinged, but we're doing line work, so we definitely want to make it an interesting read. I'm going to come back up here like this. And I apologize if I'm moving fast, but again, in the interest of time, okay, again, base layers off. That's what we've got so far. Some nice clean lines. And they can be sharper, and they will be sharper. This is the second pass. All right. So I'm on my second pass layer, not the base layer, but I'm on the second pass layer. And what I'm going to come up through here is I'm going to start working on the cockpit. Cockpit. Can't say the darn word. Nelson, help me out.
Cockpit? Cockpit?
Thank you. Make it nice, sleek, and aggressive. And the other engine can come like this. We'll make a couple double little lines. We'll give them 3. So already, again, we're just building off the base layer that we just did. That's what I've got so far. So I will give you guys a few minutes, and I'll clean up a few things. But you guys are catching up. Oops, shazzle. All right, so we got our base layer through here, right? Of course we do. Let's start giving a little bit of detail, shall we? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to come from this area right. Hold on, let me get my brush back. What we're going to do is from right here, it's going to bring this down like this. Now, again, there's no real right, wrong, or whatever reason. It needs to be logical. Oops, overshot. What I'm going to do here is and what are these? Oh, I don't know, maybe they're lights, but they're interesting looking. I'm going to run these down the whole way. Oops, I don't like that. Step backwards one more time. I'm going to zoom in here so I get a better look at myself. So right here, we're starting to add some detail. You know, maybe these are rudder lights, so you can see them in the lights so they don't run into other spaceships. There's some sort of propulsion, anti-gravity, whatchamacallit, things timed 2 with the X factor sort of thing. Oh, the other thing is, I mean, we got a lot of strong, hard edges, right? A lot of strong edges. So every now and then, it might be good to give, hold on, let me put my base layer back on for you guys. Something else to look at. There we go. So we have all these straight lines. It'll be nice, a better read to give more of a curve type area. And we'll throw a couple of those in here, some cylinders and circles and ellipses and stuff like that. For instance, back here, instead of ending with a straight, harsh line, tell you what, let's come down here just a little bit. Bring this out. Bring this out. Bring this nice and down. And then another, hold on, let me redo. Take the base layer off. Again, we want the eye to have several different things that can look at. So we got the base area. We go at the place where the pilot's going to be at. Little gun, big guns. We're going to start adding more detail into this. Part of the body, part of the engine. Put my base layer back on. And let's do this. Let's talk about this right here. You know, my old boss, he was Lieutenant Colonel Jack Presson. He was famous for dropping the last bit of napalm in the war. He was a brilliant pilot. I wish I knew more about technical terms. This is not really the rudder, but could be where the rudder might go. Some fashion, some shape. And there's no schematics right now. There's nothing I'm like looking at saying this is what this has got to be. What I'm trying to do is find some interesting features that we can build into all this. I'll give you guys a second to catch back up. This is what it's starting to look like. And again, these are just really basic shapes. Part of the circle, cylinders, triangles. No, not triangles. But we are going to, you know what, we'll throw a triangle in here. Thank you very much, Nelson, for that challenge.
Huh?
You
I'm just being silly. I don't see a triangle in here yet. And I'm like, let's throw a triangle in here. We can do that. We know what a triangle is. It's 3 sides. It's what, well, I don't know if they do it anymore, but you triangulated things in Maya or your favorite 3D Max area thing to make video games so the computer can read it. But triangles. So what we're going to do to make this area kind of interesting right here, let's zoom in through here. What we'll do is, I'll take my brush size down a little bit. Let's make a triangle. This is the first. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. It's kind of a triangle, right?
Yeah, that works.
So ideally, I mean, we'll call it a one-man ship. Here's my man. Hello, I want to fly the ship very soon. It's very nice, very clean, very chic. I'm melting. I'm gone. Again, all we're doing is basic shapes. How you doing, Mr. Nelson?
Doing all right.
Following along?
Not tonight.
I thought you got your computer out and everything. Bullocks. It's all right.
Yeah, I fell behind, so, yeah.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Tell you what, let's get my brush back out. Okay. Obviously, that's not what I wanted. Not quite that small. We'll do about 25 through here. Let's bring this down. Now you're like, well, why are you bringing your brush stroke down? Just like in normal line drawing, you don't want to have the same line width going on all the time because it's a boring read. So what I'm going to do, this whole area through here, is I'm just going to make small little shapes like this that might be interesting to the eye. Oops. Maybe these are some sort of panels that are all connected. What we can do is come here and make some finer lines. Let me go back a few. That's the beauty thing about Photoshop. Control Z is your friend. So now again, at the starting point, we have some thick lines all the way through here. I'm going to start doing some different line weight variations throughout to make it more interesting. So my brush stroke is at 25 right now, our brush size. And again, I'm just adding detail. While we're at it, let's start decorating this gun up through here, this big area. And since we're going to do triangles again, there we go. Bullocks. All right, I'm going to let you guys catch up. But from our base drawing right here, this is what we've come up with so far. Not bad for like 20 minutes of work. Now, in the panel area, if you guys need more time, I want you to say, hey, I need more time. Again, I'm going fast, but I want to make sure everyone sees everything that's going on in class. So let Mr. Nelson know if you guys need some more time.
All right, go ahead and hit ready if you guys are good. One more minute if you need more time. It looks like a couple people do need more time, so I guess I can go ahead and just pause the video for a minute.
Okay. All right, so again, let's turn this off. And we have nothing. Now, going back to the base layer. This is what we created. Base layers are base layers. They're just the framework. Turn on what we've come on to second pass. Take the base layer off, and we can actually start probably working just with the second pass layer. Right now, it's all really basic shapes. And you can ask, what is this? What is this? I'm not really sure. It just freaking looks cool. It's part of the engine. You have engine panels, and it's important to throw other shapes. We got a couple almost triangle areas going through here. We got a semicircle going in through here. And tell you what, while we're at it, so my brushes. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring my brush size up to, say, 50. I'm going to come in through here. Shift. And then let's do another shift through here. What I'm hitting shift and holding down. So this is the way I can make my straight lines like this. And there we go. It's a good read so far, and that is what we want. Let's zoom in through here. Tell you what, we'll again, to make it interesting. So when we zoom back, it's a nice read. Ideally, what we want to do is we're always thinking about silhouettes, going back to spot blacks. Because in video games or in movies, a lot of times you only have a split second to see something. It's got to be recognizable. So all these little small indicators here, if it was a spot black or a shadow moving, you're like, oh, that's such and such spaceship. Look at that because of this and that. Very, very important. Let's come up here, shall we? Yes, we shall. Oh, thank you, Derek. Let's make some lines and through here like that. I like that. Thank you. And what we're doing through here is making some line width variation adjustments. So it kind of pops, it looks a little more three-dimensional. And I'll do that the same here. This really works nice whenever you have it next to a smaller line width variation. And for giggles and chagrins, let's do this here like that. Bring us up here like this. Right, we're starting to see some really cool nooks and crannies of the spaceship. So we have this big wing right here, right? So let's throw some detail in that. Let's bring this here. Let's bring this here like this. That's an interesting shape. Well, yes, it is. Very interesting. Thank you. Glad I thought of it. Well, no problem. I'm always taking money and donations so I can see my therapist. And again, let me show you another really cool trick I like to do. I mean, we got all these shapes and semicircles and triangles. Sometimes I'll come up here and get my ellipse tool. And I'll literally stroll an ellipse right through here. And then I'm hitting Alt, Delete to fill it. Control D. And it is, wow, it's really solid black. It's bad. So I have my ellipse tool again, and this may take a couple times. Let me zoom in. There we go. Let's do it here. Hit edit, cut. And we have an interesting shape right through here. Well, that's kind of cool. Thank you very much for noticing that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hit my brush tool yet again. And again, it's still set at 50. What I want to do here is really get some cool detail. And this looks like it's a lot of detail, but really it's solid lines. I went from close, close, not so close, not so close. That's exactly what I want. Right now I'm going to keep my brush width or size at 50. So I'm starting to decorate this area right through here. Let's make a square here. This would be a quarter panel for your laser. Okay, I'll stop here for the moment. We're still not done. Let's see, give you guys a moment to catch up. And again, I'm going to show you how far we've come in a very short amount of time. This is our base layer. And this is what we've come up from our base layer.
All right, I went ahead and reset everybody's ready button, so go ahead and hit ready if you're done. 1 more minute if you need more time. Looks like a couple people need more moment, so I'll go ahead and pause the video.
All right, here we go. We seriously, we've come a long way. Our base, look how rudimentary that is. You're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to create? This really blows. Well, we've created this from that. The biggest thing that I, too, as an artist, get frustrated with, especially when I'm starting to drop color on stuff, there's a thing called flats in comic books. You have a flattener that monochromatic sort of like paint styles. It's just, you want grays. And then you have your line work show, then you have to start painting on top of it. But it's a process. Things don't happen fast. There's not a make cool something button on your laptop or your desk PC. It takes time. So don't get frustrated out there. Continue to work with what you got. So in the interest of time, what we're going to do is we're really going to blow through this. And get my brush, and let's pump this up to, I don't want that much, to say 60. Coming through here like this. And that's my contact in Mexico. This came on board. Sorry about that, ladies and germs. We got this going on through here. Let's bring this. And what we'll do is really pump it up through here like this. Dot, 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 cootie shot. Throw a dot here, dot here, dot here, dot everywhere. We'll do 3 dots like this. We'll go on the bottom side here again. Oops. That's what you get when you're doing live stuff. Almost done. All right, we could do a lot more, but we're going to call it done in the interest of time. Okay, so again, this is our base layer. My little dude over there, I need a ride, we'll work for food. Well, we don't want him anymore. We're going to take him away. This is what we've accomplished. Base layer, we're just going to throw back over here like this. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to take my layers, and I'm going to flatten them. So everything's in one nice layer. Yay, nice layer. Brilliant, fantastic. I'm going to hit duplicate layer. Yes, I want to duplicate it. And I'm going to duplicate my layer yet a third time. Duplicate it. Now watch, here it comes, normal. We don't want normal. We want it to go to multiply. Here it comes, and it's darker. That's what it does in multiply. So what you're going to do here is from this background copy to, let's multiply. I'm going to come down right below it. See, this is normal. That says multiply. I'm going to go to my first normal, and I'm going to create another layer. I'm going to say gray base. And what we're going to do is I'm going to come through here. I'm going to get a light gray. That's good. And let's see, brush, let's do an airbrush. I'm literally going to come through here Let's pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Now the multiply layer, it allows my line work to still shine or show through. And I purposely, oh, that's why my opacity needs to be at 100%. I'm just staying in the lines. Hold on, my battery's about dead. Why is my battery about dead? Pause that video, Mr. Nelson. And we're back because I mistakenly did not have my battery plugged in. All I'm doing is staying in the lines and coloring my grays. What's really cool is the overspray that I have. Oops, oh no, I had some overspray right here. I'm actually doing that on purpose because I'll show you a tip on cleaning stuff up. What you can do is hit your eraser and just start cleaning that stuff up like that. Okay, so we got a nice little gray value right through here. Let me come in here with my brush again. Okay, so we have a nice base value. And now what I'm going to do is create another layer. Now, this is all under the multiply layer. I'm going to name this Gray 2. Come back to my color palette. I'm going to drop it down because I want it darker. See how it gets darker right through here? Slider. I want it a little darker. Now, remember earlier on, we were talking about cylinders. Picture this as a big cylinder. And up through the top here, it is going to be the darker values. Let's test this out. Let's get a darker value still. Let's bring it down to here. And I'm going to actually come here to a solid brush. Here we go. Oops, I overshot. Let's get the eraser tool out. And again, this is the top of the cylinder. This is very easy to recognize as a cylinder because it basically is our cylinder. So we have the top, this area through here. It's darker, same thing through here. Darker, lighter. Get my eraser tool out. Again, I'm hurrying for the interest of time. Get my brush tool back out yet again. Again, kind of like a cylinder. Get my eraser tool to clean things up. Now what I'm going to do here is, we've not done it before, but we're going to take, because it's on its own separate layer, watch, it's on gray 2, I take gray out, put gray 2 back in. I want it to blend better, so what I'm going to do is come up to Filter, Blur, Then I'm going to go to Gaussian blur. I can start making it, say, right about, that's fine for it. Now I'm going to have to go back and do some eraser tool, some cleanup from the overspray from the blur, but that's all right. Last but not least, we're going to make one more layer, and again, it is under the multiply layer. I'm going to type in blue, adore blau for my German. You see my German Liebchen. She's chuckling. Unless you speak German, nobody else would be. Let's see, we'll take this color right here, and I'm going to get my airbrush tool. That's what I want. And there's the highlights through here. Help if I hit my brush tool. Eraser tool to erase some of the overspray. Go back to my filter, blur, Gaussian blur. That's fine for right now in the interest of time. And then we can start doing a little bit of cleanup. And last but not least, what I'm going to do with my eraser tool is come in here and make a nice highlight like that. Another highlight, another highlight, highlight like that. And then you can get your, we'll make another layer, and I'm not even going to name it because we don't need to. Let's make it a dark gray, not a solid black. We'll come in here. Oops, it's a bit too big. Really? Get it down to 35. Let's push it up a little bit more. And we're really almost done. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flatten all my layers. Layer flatten. And then I'm going to do my image. And again, I always like to do this, but I always go to my invert. I'm like, oh, that kind of looks kind of cool. I could do something with that, but we'll do edit, step back, go to the image, adjustment, and we'll do color balance. And we can push the blues not so much. I like that. And this is all subjectable at this point here. Okay, and let's mess the layers adjustments to levels. And then make things darker, lighter. I like that. There you have it. There you are. You got yourself a nice little spaceship in a very short amount of time. What do you think, Mr. Nelson?
Looks good.
And again, remember that base. I mean, it was a base blue, this little bitty shapes. And we came up with this. And all this is little bitty shapes, little bitty shapes. Lots of triangles, cylinders. So what I'm anxious to do is see who's willing to volunteer to see what they came up with.
All right, go ahead and post in the questions panel if you want us to switch over to your screen. And when I say questions panel, I mean questions panel, not the chat. There's a Steve Curtis with his hand up, but I didn't say put your hands up.
Busted!
Okay, we got a Leonard.
Leonard. All right, let's see. Hold on. Here we go.
There it is.
Dude, rock on. Looking nice, Leonard. What do you think?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
And I was able to mostly follow you.
rock. You get a lot faster, man. A lot faster. I'm proud of you. That looks good. I'm very impressed. I'm not surprised. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
You're well done. I like that. Congratulations, dude. You're doing great.
Perfect. Yeah, just got to work on the shading better.
Well, true. And again, we had one coloring class, and in the near future, I might be able to post stuff on there that already has flats on it, and then we just spend an entire class on shading.
Yeah.
But for a 2-hour class,
shading would be great.
It would be, and it's valuable. I need to learn and master it better, and I want to be able to teach it, and everyone needs it. So that's definitely something we can look at in the future. But you know what? For a 2-hour class, you did great, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm proud of you. Well done.
Woohoo!
100 million Derek bucks to Leonard.
Hey.
Was that like 3 cents?
$1 trillion to make a penny.
Alrighty, so we do have a Steve Curtis, although I'm not sure which one it is. So let's try this one, and if it's not the right one, we'll move over to the next one.
Is that Steven?
It's the real Steve.
The real
Oh,
deal.
yes.
I like it, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, not bad.
It's not bad. Again, I knew what I was doing. You guys didn't, so you guys had to follow along at a very rapid pace.
Yeah, I'm alt-tabbing myself to death. I need a bigger screen.
That's what she said. Sorry. But hey, it's a good read. It's a ship. It looks like what I was doing. With your shift button and holding down straight lines. I mean, I've done a couple of phone app games based off this. All you have to do is draw side views. Anyway, well done. It was quick,
Thanks,
down,
sir.
and dirty, and you did great. I'm proud of you. Don't let those girls make fun of you. Remember to put them in their place. You made them, and you can take them out.
And make new ones. Wait, no.
Adopt.
Alrighty.
Well done, dude.
The
Thanks.
other Steve Curtis wants us, so I guess it didn't matter which one I switched over to.
This is Tyler. Nice. I like how you added the reds to the windows. Well done. I really like. And again, it's all about style, stylistic this and stylistic that. Art is subjectable, but I like the very thick line weight variation you got around the wings. Well done, dude. Impressed.
Alrighty, we have a Mario coming up.
That's a spicy meatball. He's going to kill me one of these days. Come here, knock the door. Here's your meatball, you freak.
Oh, here we go.
Wow. Holy crap on a cracker, dude. Well done.
Thank you. So I tried a mix between Klingon Bird of Prey and the Federation ship as the result.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you speak Klingonese? Who's a bigger nerd, you or me? Because I speak Klingonese some.
I don't.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go, because it's sci-fi time. Nichol Puchnik means, what do you want, toilet breath? That's in Klingonese. I'm a dork. Thank you.
Hey.
You did well, Mr. Mario. You keep it up, all right?
Thanks.
Well done.
Alrighty, we have a Jane.
Sad.
Are there 2 Janes? No, there's one.
Can't be 2 Janes, because that would just freak me out.
Hello?
Jane, you did great.
No filters, so I just tried to shade.
You did great, girl. It is a very nice read. It's a good shape. I love your cockpit. That's very hard for me to say. I'm not trying to be silly, PG-13 or whatever. It's hard for me to say. That's a cool ship. I'm really proud of you. Well done. There's just a huge difference between hard surface and characters. These are hard surfaces. They're not forgiving. Not forgiving at all. You did well. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Very good. 1 million Derek bucks.
Alrighty, we got Miguel.
Miguel.
If I can find him. There he is.
Hey, Miguel, how you doing, buddy? I don't know if he can hear or talk to me. That's good. It's muddy in places. Oh, no, Mike. Well, poop on a cracker. That's all right. It is a good read. All of us were going to work on our shading and highlighting. But besides that, you did great. I feel like an idiot because I'm pointing to my screen like you guys can see that. But the bottom part of your ship, the big gun, that is really well done. I like that a lot. Well done. I'm proud of you, dude. You keep it up.
Alrighty, we have a... Now I'm going to go through the people who posted in the chat. Instead of the questions panel. We have a Chelsea.
Bullocks. Chelsea!
Oh, my screen's
doing,
not
girl?
full. Oh, I'm good.
You even got like little engine thrust going on. You did good. I like the highlights you put into the cockpit.
Yeah. I discovered I also do not have filters, so I had to re-go over it with an airbrush.
You know what? I'm cheating because I have filters, okay? You guys are doing the real deal that don't have filters and have to do it. So with that said, you did really good. I'm proud of you. You said you couldn't do robots? BS. If you can do this, you can do robots. Robots are hard surfaces, just like the ship is. Well done. I'd fly that ship.
Alrighty, we have a Raphael.
I wouldn't fly with Chelsea, but I'd fly the ship.
Oh, hey.
Crap, I thought she was off. I don't want to talk bad about her when she can defend herself. What the crap's up with that? That's kind of cool. That's really kind of cool.
Well,
that's
thanks.
very interesting how you did that.
Yeah, I applied an artistic blur. I don't remember which, but I'm sure I did.
That's funny. I don't know what I did, but it came out to be a happy accident. You know what? Sometimes happy accidents are cool, but you got some nice lines there. It's really well done. I'm proud of you. You keep it up.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. Man, Nelson, these guys are awesome.
Alrighty, we got a Sid Curtis.
Sydney, C, Sydney, S-I-D, Sydney. They're not bad at all, Sid. I'm looking at it. Can you hear me? I guess she can't hear me. I can make fun of her now. No, not bad at all.
Can you hear me now?
Crap. Yes, I can hear you. I mean, yay.
Oh, wow.
I was going to make fun of you, but it's no fun making fun of you if you can make fun of me back.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem. It's a ship. I like it. Again, we're going to have to work on some of your highlights and painting. Do you have filters at all? Yeah, you have filters.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good. I see you use most of your time drawing your penguin and your little hearts. That's cute. It's like they're not moving fast enough for me. No, hey, you followed along and you did the exercise. I'm proud of you. It's a nice looking ship. Well done.
Thank you.
It's good for me to poop on.
Alrighty, the last one on the list is...
Nelson's like, whatever, alrighty.
Is Bastian.
Bastian. I stopped eating poop. Did you know that, Nelson?
Hmm?
Nowadays, what I do is I have this thing that says, I cannot believe it's not poop, and I spread that on my cheese.
Okay.
Wow, Bastian. That's good, but where in the hell did this come from? Does Bastian have a
I don't think he has a mic.
mic? Oh. No mic. I like it, dude. It's good. It's a little flat in places. You don't have to do a lot of highlights. This is very reminiscent of the old school of right after they did like Donkey Kong stuff. Very first pixel or 7-point perspective. I see your little lines that you put in the back. That's good. Again, good perspective. But the grays are a little. Anyway, you did good. Next time, follow along so I can give you better instructions or better tips. But I like how you did the vanishing point lines. That's really good because that's something else we'll talk about later. And I like that you use blues so you could show everybody that. Pretty good job. Well done. Next victim.
I think that's about it.
That's about it?
Yep.
All right. I have 1111 here. Make a wish. So here's a dealio. Ladies and joins. Your homework assignment is to do what we just did. I want you to make a ship of your own rendering. It's going to be a side view, no 6, 7, 12,000 point views. Okay, I just want a side view of a ship. I want you to be able to use 3, possibly 4 colors, but grays to a steel blue. I don't want any like reds and blacks and this and that. I want you to get involved in that. I want it all to be based in grays, a gray scale sort of ship. I'll let you use a steel blue only. That way we can start concentrating on what values are and highlights. But that is a homework assignment. You will do a side view of a ship. It doesn't have to be facing that way. It can be any shape, any style that you want. I want to see your line art shine through. We're not doing spot blacks. Yay! For the unmentionable Curtis girl in the clan. She'll be happy about that. That's your assignment. Do we have any questions?
I don't see any.
Okay, well, let me show you one other thing real quick, because whenever I was doing this, it's for fun games or some crazy crap like that, doing a phone app game. Come back up here and hit my triangle select thingy. What I did was I did my line art. I didn't do any colors, any grays like that, and I literally hit my Control T. I'm like, okay, I'm going to shorten this up, make it thinner through here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Stop that. And then maybe I'm going to come in through here, Control T again. Oop, Control T. And then I start connecting things. Once you have the base art down, you can start manipulating and do other stuff with it. Again, it's all about time management. And again, it wasn't colored, so you didn't have these big gaps. But once you have your base art down, you can start selecting like this in Photoshop. I'm not sure about other software. And I respect the pencil, man. You guys out there right now rocking the pencil and doing scans. I love it. I respect it. I still do it. Like all my comic book stuff, it's all done with pencil and ink. And it's hard to just do what I just did doing that. But if you have Photoshop, you can do one base drawing and manipulate the crap out of it and get 5 to 6 different renderings, different shapes for your client for them to work at. It saves you time and it gives you a lot more that you can present so they have better choice. So there you have it. There you are, guys. And gals, I'm very happy and very proud of you guys to spend yet another Friday with me and Mr. Nelson.
There was one question, though, from Steve. He asked,
yes.
Can we add nifty effects with fancy colors if we finish early?
I want to see one, like I said, just all grays, and then you can do the fanciness afterwards. How's that?
All right, sounds good.
Mr. Fancy Pants. Look at me. I'm Steve Curtis. I give Spawn out there who's very creative and yeah.
I actually met the voice
Fancy
actor,
Pants.
Fancy Pants.
Really?
That's a character in Pony.
Really? That's kind
He's
of
an
cute.
awesome guy. Alrighty.
All right. Well, until next time, keep your feet on the ground and your ankles slightly above them, and keep reaching for the stars. Right?
Sure.
Sure. Guys, draw, dream, do something big. I'll talk to you guys next time. Yes, this. We have been batting around on the forums about doing Thursday workshops. We've had some interest. I'm not for sure how much interest. I'm going to talk to Mr. Busby about that. Again, he is nice enough to pay me for this job. I love doing it, but I want to make sure it's worth his while. We've got to have a good number of students in here before we just, hey, let's just do this and do that. So again, if you have an interest and you want to do a Thursday night workshop, get on 3D Buzz and say this is something you want to do, because I'd love to do it, because I had an entire other lecture I wanted to do tonight with space helmets and how to do concept art for that. It's just we don't have enough time for 2 hours. And if we did, after 2 hours, your butt's all numb anyway from sitting in the chair for 2 hours. So there's tons more that we can do. But if you're interested in Thursday workshops, make sure that you make a point to say it on 3D Buzz. And if you have any questions, as always, you're welcome to PM me. Nelson's always great about getting to me for questions. Turn your homework in, eat your vegetables, say no to drugs, say your ABCs, and hug your kids. That's it.
Alrighty, and